do a really pretty, I think like holiday look for you. I just want to show how to get glowing, happy skin. I always think it's amazing when I run into people and their skin looks awesome in the wintertime when your skin's supposed to be like dry and gross and not happy with you. So I'm going to show you how I get glowing skin with like just a really pretty, I'm going with like an ombre purple smoky eye, and then I want to do rich lips. So a really awesome like holiday party look, Thanksgiving look, night out look. So let's just dive right into it. First, I'm going to prime my skin using my Smashbox primer water. I've already moisturized my skin. Depending on your event, if it's like a nighttime event, I wouldn't recommend using SPF simply because you will get flashback in photos. I'm loving the Becca Backlight Priming Filter primer, but I think for today, because I'm using a Luminous foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer just in any areas where I have texture on my skin. So I really like to smooth out right in here, my cheeks and my nose, and then a little on my forehead, and then just kind of bring it down to my chin area. I just like this area to look nice and smooth and flawless. And once that's had kind of a chance to settle in, I'm going to go in with foundation. Today I'm going to be using the Nars All Day Luminous foundation. I love this foundation. So I have the shade Barcelona and Deauville, and I'm kind of like somewhere in between. I'm just a few shades darker than Deauville. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few pumps of that on the back of my hand and do one pump of Barcelona, just like so, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix them together, hoping this will be good for me, which I think it'll be perfect. So I like to kind of dot that around. So you can see a little bit goes a long way. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with an E6 brush from Morphe. It's really important to bring it down your neck so you don't have any demarcations. We should be getting our new house within less than a week, and if that's the case, you guys know I'll be doing a house tour and a beauty room tour, and I'll show you everything, but that would just be like the coolest Thanksgiving birthday ever. So ready for a house. Alright, so once you feel that is blended to your liking, I'm just gonna do a dab right here. Had a couple of little marks there. Now normally I would go in with concealer, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first just because I am doing a darker look. I don't want to have to go back in and wipe off all my concealer if we do have fallout. For eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids with a brush that I can't find. I'm going to take the MAC Painterly Paint Pot and apply that to my lids. Get all over that lid, yo. I'm going to go in and do my brows. I love this little number 7 Anastasia brush, so I just kind of brush through them, see what the shape's doing and looking like today, because I feel like it changes all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Dipbrow pomade in Taupe first. This is just a nice little trick so you don't get too much. So just simply making little strokes. We want to get the brows to appear fuller. At least I do. I love full brows. And as I'm going around here, I'm going to kind of shape out my arch a little bit and just lift it. I know I have these guys under here. I'm trying to get my brows to just like grow in. It takes time, so I'm gonna kind of feather in some hairs throughout there just to make sure everything's blending. And my brows don't grow very close together, so I'm kind of faking it towards the front here. I know that one is a little bit higher than the other, like they're just different, like my brows just grow in different, so you just kind of gotta work with it, accept it, get them to your liking, because that's what's most important. That's alright. The focus of this look is not the brow, thank God. So moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this little quad that I made from Anastasia. I told you guys about it when I did it. And I'm going to take this shade right here, and it's called Birkin. And I'm going to work that into the crease on an E27 brush from Morphe. I'm then going to take the shade Dusty Rose right here and blend that, not with this brush. I'm going to blend that with an E17 brush from Morphe, kind of packing it, tapping off any excess, and then we're just going to really concentrate this in this outer corner, outer V area. So you want to kind of make a C shape and really hollow out that socket. Wherever you set down your brush first is going to be where the most amount of product is going to be deposited. So put down your brush in the outermost part and then work the color in. Going in with the E22 from Morphe, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out these colors that we've already applied. Now we're going to go into the new self-made palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to take the shade Hot Chocolate and the little brush that it comes with, and I'm going to use the little tiny end, shaping out where I want it to go. It's okay if it's a little bit sloppy because we will be blending, but I want to do Hot Chocolate in this like outer third area. I'm loving these shades so much. Okay, so now I'm going to blend him out using that same E22 brush with nothing on it. Go ahead and go in with this Metallic Plum shade, which is absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to take that from the outer to about halfway, maybe a little bit further on the lid. To apply this, we're going to use a little short shader brush from Sigma. So I'm going to go just about 3/4 of the way in, taking it up just on the lid but stopping at the crease. And without disturbing what we just laid down, take the E27 and just kind of blend out any harsh lines. Taking this little brush from Luxie, it's the eye shading brush. We're gonna take Pink Champagne, which is this really beautiful soft metallic purple. We're gonna put that on the inner corner. I'm just kind of blending it into the deep plum color we just laid down, so it's gonna have like a really cool gradient effect. I'm gonna take the E22 and I'm gonna take this color Sherbet. It's just a nice soft natural color, and I'm gonna blend this in the crease a little bit just to kind of soften and warm things up, and it'll really just bring the look together. And I've been really intense with my smoky eyes lately, like no shame at all. So I like to blend all the way around. And if you want, you can go back in with that Metallic Plum and just deepen it up a little. Just clean up just a smidge where our concealer is gonna go. And for concealer today, I'm gonna use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. And this is in the shade Light Sand. Ooh, that is thick stuff. I'll be buffing out my concealer with the Morphe E8 brush. It's a very full coverage concealer, but I really like it. Next, I'm going to take my beloved Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in Fair, the shade right here, to do a little cream contour on my face. For that, I'm just going to use this Sigma large fluff brush. I love these type of brushes for contouring. So I'm just going to take it right underneath the cheekbone there. The nice thing about doing a cream contour before your powder is it does last a lot longer. I'm also going to take it down the bridge of my nose and a little over the top because that gives you kind of that like little button nose effect. And last but not least, underneath the chin. Get rid of any double chins. And totally optional, but it's my style. So I'm going to spray some of that Smashbox priming water on my beauty blender to get it damp. And I'm going to go ahead and start blending this cream contour out. Once that is done, we're going to set our creams with powder. I made a custom matte contour palette, so use this Luxie 522 brush and set my under eye area with Emphasize, which is the bright white here in the palette. And then I'm going to take my Nars Ita brush and this shade here, which is called Shadester, and I'm just going to go over top of where we lay down our contour. I'm going to take this Nars All Day Luminous Powder Foundation and the Morphe E2 and I'm going to set my face. Okay, so complexion's like looking better, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap up with eyes first. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this E17 brush, and as I was doing my complexion, there were just some areas I noticed that need a little more blending. We just want to make sure everything's looking even. Now that I put all those powders on my face, I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows. I'm just using the L'Oreal Brow Plumper Stylist. Back to eyeballs. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Metallic Plum right here and just apply that. It's kind of the star of the show, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that looks better to me anyways. I'm gonna take Pink Champagne, reapply on this inner third here, just to keep that nice and bright. And then taking Treasure, which is like the brightest shimmery shade, I'm just going to put that on the inner tear duct. Okay, for the under eyes, I'm going to take the E17 brush and then the shade Birkin, which we originally used. It's this guy right here. And I'm just going to dust this on the lower lash line. And going in with the next shade, which is Dusty Rose, on my all-time favorite under eye brush, the E18 from Morphe. This brush is insane. We're just going to take that all the way under as well. We're going to take that same short shader and whatever metallic plum it has left on it and just press it up against the lash line. I don't want too much of it, but I definitely want there to be like a presence. And kind of blending out and connecting this outer smokiness here. Very important. I'm feeling experimental, so I have this shade Jewel. I really want to try for my inner waterline. It could like turn out looking not so good, but we'll try it. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough for what I want. I mean, that's pretty. It's alright. Should just do black. Super excited about this. This is the new 24/7 waterline pencil from Urban Decay, so I'm going to be using that on my upper waterline naturally because that's like my favorite thing in the world to do. And I think I'm just going to take it down here a little bit too. Alrighty, so now we need to highlight that brow bone, and for that I'm just going to take Emphasize out of my MAC contour palette. It's just the white shade, and the same little guy that we used for Pink Champagne, I'm going to use the other side of it just to brighten our world up in there. Okay, so let's curl the lashes. Use my new little Tarte eyelash color. I'm obsessed with this thing. Go ahead and use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I actually really like this mascara. So we're just going to do a light coat, and of course we're going to pop on falsies today. For lashes today, I'm going to take the Ardell Double Wispies. These are so pretty and some of my favorites. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and apply the lash glue. Bada bing, bada boom. These lashes are so pretty. This drives me crazy. You guys know what I'm talking about, like that little strip of glue. Ugh. Just like unnecessary thickness. Like, why can't you just tack them on like on the ends, and then they'll stay in the package until I'm ready to use them, and then I don't have to deal with like pulling all this freaking glue off. It's so annoying, but you're worth it. My new thing is I like to run just a little coat of mascara through to make sure that real lashes are blended with false lashes, but I just like to do it underneath. I don't want to go too crazy because we don't want to take away from the darkness of the false lashes. I'm just going to take a nice little pointed liner brush like so, and then my MAC Black Track, and I'm going to use that right on this inner corner just to blend the lashes further. We want to disguise this band as much as possible, so that is what that black liner is going to do. It's just going to kind of blend him right in. And you can take it on your top lash line too. I'm not going to, for the simple fact that I'm going to do something different. So take this little Luxie flat definer brush and dip it into the Metallic Plum shade. And I'm just going to pull the lashes down and press. That is it for the eyes. We need to bronze. For bronzer today, I'm going to take my Makeup Forever in the shade 30M, the beloved MAC 135 brush. Next is blush, and I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Prim from this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palette, and my favorite blush brush, which is this Zoeva Rose Golden Luxe Cheek finish brush. Next is more blush. I just want a little more. When you have such a dark smoky eye, it's really important to add color to your face. For highlight, I am going to layer the shades Pearl and Champagne Pop. So I'm going to take Pearl first, just on top here. And I'm going to take Champagne Pop right on top. Oh, this color gives me life. I'm going to take it a little bit under the brow as well, just for some additional lift. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take the blush topper. This could totally just screw up the entire look and I could hate life, but we're going to try it. I'm going to try it on the other side of this brush, barely tapping it in there and barely dusting it off. Okay, it's pretty. I don't know if that's like my style, but it's pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Strip Down and align my lips. I think I'm gonna do, right? Yeah, Veronica liquid lipstick. Okay guys, that wraps up this look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new. I'm loving all the new products on the market right now, so I really try to incorporate a lot of new stuff for you guys so you can kind of see how it works and how I'm using it. And I hope this helps get you going for the next few days right before Thanksgiving. And if you guys have any questions, leave them below. I'd love to hear requests if you guys have any requests for any makeup looks. And until next time, I'll see you later.